up, Elite? Welcome to our third episode of the Elite Debate. I'm your host, Chuck Taylor. Got Bradley Bayless in the house, Cobra A. Smith, and you heard the voice. Now it's time to meet the face. What's up, Doc?
What's going on, fellas? Y'all all right?
Yeah, we're chilling, man.
Yes, sir.
So, for the first topic, we just, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us the way you feel that, you've been treated in the league, how you feel you've been represented, if you feel it's been false. There's been a lot of stuff going on in chat that I'm sure you want to address. So you got the floor,
Uh,
man.
well, let me just kick it off. I appreciate the league. I came over from Xbox leagues. They do a lot of content and stuff, so it's kind of big over there. So when I got the PS5, I was looking, for something on the PlayStation side, and I saw I saw a video of Bradley talking about Julio Jones in the little man, what is the game zone or something like that? Is it the game zone? Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be
Talking about
Madden
Julio
Accord.
Jones. Yeah, I said, yeah. At least he trying, you know what I'm saying? He putting himself out there, he putting effort into it. I said I can dig that. So I hit him up and got in there. But yeah, man, so I'm liking the comp over here, just kind of, getting used to stuff over on the PlayStation side. But man, this been a cool league. It's an active league. I've been in leagues like this before, and it's good to find a good league like this on the PlayStation side. But man, as far as like just the whole thing going on, like the tier system, man. Shout out OC, shout out Freight, Matty Low. That was crazy. I don't have a I just find it surprising how guys can feel away without facts behind it. You know what I mean? Um, and I kind of let you guys take it over, I guess. But I got just thoughts about that, and it's kind of like it's perplexing to me. you know.
So, I mean, my question to you would be, I mean, OC put you in tier one, right? You ended up in tier one. I'm surprised your boy, he had you at tier, from what I heard, it sounded like he said tier two to tier three.
Free said tier three, bro. Like,
And then you hopped up on the show and he sort of backpedaled a little bit, And then he's like, nah, tier one, tier one. But um, so I mean, they ended up putting you in tier one. So you don't really have a problem with that. It's more of the way Bread's been addressing you, right?
yeah. So two things. And I kind of get the bread thing out the way.
Mm.
My whole thing with bread is I hopped in the league. I never said nothing negative about the guy. No, I support all the the elite stuff. I support his stuff, and then out of the blue, he bashing my name. Talking about my game, which is cool. But then he started mocking my podcast, my faith, all the stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, what's up with that? It's just kind of like you trying to get validation from your own league, and I just couldn't respect that after that point. But so I'm not about to go back and forth with no grown man about stuff like that. If that's kind of what he want to do in a chat, that's cool. But if we talking madness stuff, that's cool. Talk
Yeah, no.
talk game with that, keep it like that. But
Yeah,
I don't do
don't take
all
it
that.
personal.
I don't do all that. I, I can
Personally,
go on
I
about
didn't
it.
hear him say, I didn't see anything about him saying anything about your faith. I mean, you've seen it, but I'm just, yeah, I agree with you 100%. If that's where it went, it should never go personal. It should always stay Madden. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, keep it Madden. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
So I didn't say anything at the time, but I know exactly what comments Doc is talking about as
Okay.
someone with my faith being very important to me. The comments he's referring to, like we did not chat about those comments, but I seen them and I know exactly what he's talking about. I don't think, in Brett's defense, I don't really think he realized what he was saying would hit like it hit. Like, I know what comments you're talking about. I don't think he realized it though, and if he did realize it, I don't think he would have made them.
What did he say? Like, that way, I mean, for the people that didn't see it, that way they can know what's going on.
I'll
Man,
tell
bro.
you. I'll tell you what he said. I'll tell you later.
Um,
He don't really. It was just like he was mocking Doc's thing.
just the whole thing, bro. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
the
like
whole
low key mocking
podcast.
it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I post a pod, even if I post a podcast in the chat, he like, oh, we doing religious hour. Like, bro, we could talk
oh,
about
I
all this
got you.
other stuff in the chat, and it's just kind of like over time, it's like, all right, bro, you kind of corny with that, you know, but because I want, it's a way to handle it, you know what I'm saying? That's all that is. But it ain't nothing I'm but hurt about. It's just I'm not about to go back and forth with nobody like that that's trying to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to go to DMs about everything else, but then you public about that. It's kind of like, come on, bro. What we doing?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but I don't, I don't no
I
problems
mean,
with nobody. I'm just a little disappointed.
yeah, I'll say. I mean, I'm never gonna disrespect anybody doing anything content wise or trying to be creative. I don't think that's fair. I respect what you do. Me and you have had our own little disagreements and stuff when it comes to
Yeah,
Madden. Our own little beast, but I feel for the most part we keep it professional and keep it to Madden. Which
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
that's the way it should be. If you're gonna talk shit, just keep it a Madden. I'm not saying, like I said, I don't know what Brett said about that, but and Brad, like Bradley said, sometimes he might say it without realizing it. Like he's just clowning. He's not making it too personal. But to get back to the Madden talk, though, where do you feel that you belong?
So yeah, so I came in there and I was like, I'm tier two, really, because
Hmm.
I feel like it's too many tiers. Tier one should only be Super Bowl champs, period. All this contending, all that stuff like that. Everybody else need to go in tier two, and tier three just need to be the guys as stat games. But because I mean anybody can beat anybody any Sunday, bro. And
Yeah,
like B Jeezy, for example, probably one of the most underrated players in the league. Uh, that dude shouldn't be in tier three, even though that's what we said. But it's too many tiers on that. But as far as me, I don't understand how my first season in here, I'm the two seed. I go to the playoffs, go to the AFC Championship, and lose to you, Alice, and then I mean not Alice, fun guy, my bad, Chuck. No
no, you're good, man.
disrespect. I go to the AFC Championship, lose to you, um, put me to sleep like Cobra over there, and then second year I'm the fourth seed. And then I'm winning my division every year, bro. So how am I tier three or you know what I'm saying? Or less than somebody like Canoe. Canoe came and me had a problem with me being tier one, even if that was the case. He was talking like I had to go back and check when we played, bro. The score was like 59 to 20. I'm like, how you what's going on here? So I honestly
Yeah,
feel like it's a lot of disrespect. Like, because if somebody beat me 59 to 20, I'm not going, it is what it is. I'm not gonna fight that. But but it's crazy though. But it's all in fun with the tier stuff. You know what I mean? Like, talking about I can't pass and all that. That's cool. Like, but but yeah. So I shout out to them boys for making the tier system. That kind of had the chat crazy for a minute.
yeah. I mean, people are still talking about it, so it definitely it did what it was supposed to do. Do you have anything on the topic, Cobra?
no, not really. Because I said what I had to say on on Trash Talk Tuesday.
Did
Man,
you
you
hear what
said
he
more
did you hear what he had to say,
Doc
Doc?
said Doc said exactly what I said. It should be just two tiers, like keep it moving, like all that three. And Doc, Frey be backtracking when you come at him.
I think
yeah, hey,
all
no,
almost
respect.
And,
all of
and the funny
the
thing is, I was gonna say it yesterday. The funny thing is,
Yeah,
Doc caught all the heat, but he was the one who said the brand should be tier one, and nobody caught that.
Yeah,
from the jump,
And it was
bro. I
just
ain't
like,
said nothing bad.
oh, he was just like, oh, Doc Slay. Like, Doc didn't really, if you go listen to that part, Doc said that, like, the other cats in there kind of like got their little shit off, and then it was like they kind of threw you under the bus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna shoot it straight. I ain't got no reason to lie because I know I'm a good Madden player. Like I make playoffs in most leagues, so I don't have a reason to lie. And if I put respect on somebody's game, then that's what it is. Um, But I do have a question for y'all though. But I do shout out to Cobra though for keeping the pressure in that Trash Talk Tuesday because y'all that boy
Yeah, he
Frank
keeps it real, man.
was man, boy, he ain't know what to do. But I do got a question for y'all though. When we talking about Madden, right? What type of player do y'all respect? And I'll start with you, Bradley. What type of player gets most of your respect? You know, and I ain't talking about accolades and winning ships. Like when you play somebody in Madden, you like, oh yeah, I gotta buckle up for this one. Like I respect this game.
So that's a loaded question. I think there is a variety of things that kind of earn my respect. I would say probably like the main thing that earns my respect is the guy my homie. I'm super biased. I'm not gonna lie. I'm super biased. Like I took a strong stance for Bossman, and I was like, I don't. I'm not gonna dive into it and explain it. But what it comes down to is, I spent a cycle in division with Bossman, and I feel like we developed a good relationship. I've played him a lot. I think he has a very underrated user, and he's the type of guy that will bait the crap out of you. He's baited me into a crap ton of throws in the past. And honestly, like the main thing that like I respect is like if I know the guy has my back, and if it's someone that has my back, I'll have their back. So I'm super biased. That's what it comes down
So
to.
so you Bradley Bayless,
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
pretty much.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll with that. All right. What about you, Cobra?
To people who have to think that I have to think when I play them,
Okay.
like who make me think, like, okay, if they do this, I'm gonna do that, and I got to be ready. I just don't like going in there and dudes that play what I consider Madden defense or Madden offense. Like you're only running that because the game allows you to. You're not actually thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this because this person's gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do this because I know it works.
Okay. So that's perplexing, man,
That's the
because
way
I
I
agree
kind of
with you.
use like a real like. I know it's a video game. I use like real like if you do this in a real football game, this person's gonna do this.
Right.
That's how I think.
Right. I completely agree with you. So
So
it
I'm
should
just
be a
like
chess
people that
match
make
when
me
you
think.
play.
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
somebody to make me think and just sitting up there pressing a button. That's just boring.
that's a bet. All right. Come on with it, Chuck.
I mean, I'm simple, man. For me, it's good users on defense, people that got good stick on offense. That I mean, that just impresses me, man. People that could bait the offense into throwing picks. That's just that those people have my respect. They might not be the best players all around, but I respect people with good users.
All right. So in recap, we got Bradley Bayless, who's going off bias. We got a Cobra going off of basically kind of like a sim style chess match,
Mm.
and we got Chuck who more so respects tournament style play, stick skill. Correct? Ish.
Yeah, you could break it down like that.
So
Yeah,
because it's perplexing when you guys talk about rankings and it's like, man, y'all like, oh man, this cat play boring, this cat ain't passing, this dude ain't doing this. It's like everybody got their own opinion about what they like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing with the tier system and well not just the tier system, but just like who's trash and who not.
yeah,
Um and the way that I look at it, and this is why I came at you, Chuck, but because I respect your game, I got to. I took L's to you back to back seasons. I hadn't beat you yet, I don't think.
I
Um,
mean, you have a chance at advance, man.
Oh yeah, it's going down. It's going
Yeah,
down. Believe
yep.
that. But but my thing is, my only thing is like if it's something off of like Mutt or if something I can see on YouTube, if I can Google your play, I feel like a 13-year-old can do that. I feel like they can look that up and be just as good. Actually, I know a 13-year-old that could probably come in here and cheese all y'all to sleep.
For sure,
But
man. For sure.
and that's kind of where I'm getting at. So it's
Yeah,
like, but you deeper than that. I don't want to disrespect your game and just say that's all you do. I'm just saying if I'm playing a game and I see something like PA boot over, or I'll say the mark of the cheese. We got play action play. We got three crossing routes. You know what I'm saying? Any crossing routes going across the field with play action. I'm like, man, where does guy get this play from? You know, where does concept come from? You know,
Yeah, I
but
mean, for me, like, I mean, PA boot over, it's a good play,
the
but
fire play.
I don't use it. I don't overuse it. I would say I'd maybe use it once a game, twice at the most. So it's not like
Right.
I'm abusing, you know, these overpowered plays. I could probably use it every drive on most people and get big yardage on it, but I choose not to over abuse OP plays, what some people would consider OP plays. Yeah, I mean, I played CFM for most of my time playing Madden since 2012. Took a couple years away, played MUT for the past 2 to 3 years, and that's
Yeah.
really what made my game better. But I wouldn't say. I mean, yeah, when I play MUD, I have to play cheese, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't use in the league just because I don't want to be cheese. You know, I don't want to use those OP plays. I
Yeah.
don't think I over abuse any play. So I mean, I get where you're coming at, but there's a lot of people in the league that I know. I look at that play just like how you. I mean, I look at that play and I'm like, okay, these people are watching YouTube, you know. And for me
Yeah.
to be able to compete in MUT on weekend league and stuff like that, I
Oh
have to
yeah.
watch it. You know, if you're
Absolutely.
not cheating, you're not trying in MUT. But for the
And
sake of CFM, I don't run it the same way. Like there are blitzes that could get in, you know, quick. I don't run those in the league just because I'm not trying to abuse the AI, abuse the system. So
yeah. And let me be clear, because I don't want to take nothing from you, because you got the highest, probably the highest passer rating in the league. You don't make mistakes, and that's what win your ships. Like, so let me take that away from you. I'm just saying, when I see that, it's like it makes me think, it makes me feel a little dirty about the L. You know what I'm saying? And it's not on no hating stuff. It's just hard to respect. But giving you credit, the last couple times I seen you play, you don't even use it like that. You probably use it, just
that,
like you said, you don't even use it
yeah,
like that. So,
and
but
there are some games where I won't even use it at all, you know. But yeah, I try
but
not to over abuse the OP plays, man.
Yeah, but
I
Doc,
don't.
it's the one thing. It comes off differently in the chat than you talking right now. Because like I tell people all the time, I can say the same thing to you and I can type it to you. You're gonna interpret it totally different with me typing it, you reading it through text. Because it comes off as salt. When you explaining it, no, I'm serious. Like when you read
not
it,
for real,
it's like, oh shit, Doc Salty. But you're explaining it like, but you can't really explain it like that in the fucking chat because ain't nobody gonna read all that shit.
right?
There's been many times when I've had conversations with people through text, and I was like, "Yo, hold up, stop. We need to. I'm gonna call you. We're gonna talk," because text chat, like Cobra saying, can easily be taken in a way it's not meant to be
The
taken.
context, it can come off completely out of context.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So that's what I'm saying now. I want to let that be known. This is how I look at it, and maybe I'm more for a stricter sim league. Maybe that's just me, but because that type of stuff happens. It's a video game. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see some stuff that's
But Doc, I
not
do.
right,
There's a certain defenses I know you can run to try to stop that, but you don't.
Yeah.
man.
Like
Hey,
you can like if you see that play, you can legit. I've never seen you put the contain, even though the contain barely fucking work, but
I want to
I've never
figure it
seen you
out,
put
man.
the
Don't even
contain
tell
on.
me,
You have
dog.
literally, you'll have Clowney on that edge, and he's literally rolling right towards your best defensive lineman, and you don't have him on contain, and he just rolls right by him.
Bro, I put him
Hey,
on
hey,
contain.
Cobra, you couldn't wait till after next week to tell him that, man.
No, I think Clowney's hurt anyway, so you're all right.
Nah,
Bro,
Yo,
that's
but I
yo,
another
mean,
yo,
thing, bro.
guys,
That's
hold up
another
for a
thing.
second. Hold up for a second. When Chuck got up there for a moment, did you guys see that beautiful jersey he has mounted on the wall?
Oh, that's dope. Respect. That boy. Hey, round of the truth. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Respect.
he's what made me a Vikings fan, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and to get into what I said to you as far as gimmick, I don't think. I mean, to me, gimmick is like wildcat. You know, to me, it's just not. It doesn't make me respect you as. It doesn't make me respect you as a player. I mean, even when they put the 5 people that had a chance to make the Super Bowl, when they were making those, you know, laps before the playoffs, I put you. OC, Beeman, me, and I forget who else, but you were in there. So I definitely respect the way you play, and it's hard to stop. And I mean, I just the way I felt was like you were coming at me, so I said that to say like I'm not. I mean, I think it's sort of. I don't want to say cheesy, but I can't
Yeah,
think of the way. To me, I mean, gimmick is the word that comes to mind. I'm not looking at you as to me. That's not putting you down a tier.
Taking a shot, so
Go
you
ahead,
took a shot back.
huh?
You felt he was taking a shot, and you was
Yeah,
taking a shot back.
yeah, no, for
it's like
sure. I
it's
Man,
thought it
like
was a
Cobra
level of
said.
cheese as well. But
It's like Cobra said. When it's in the chat, it looked crazy. And like I said, like Freight know, I've been on plenty of chats with Freight. I'm just a straight shooter. I'm gonna just say it, call it like I see it. If I feel like if I can Google your play and it's up there, most dangerous play in Madden right now, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm feeling kind of played. If you Google my plays, QB rap, whatever, it's not gonna
there are
pop up
people
as.
that have read option schemes, though. So I
To
mean,
me, it's a hat
RPOs and
count
all that.
thing.
Huh?
It's
hey,
a hat
hey,
count thing, and that's the Baltimore Ravens offense. That's why Roman, the offense coordinator, is killing it with Lamar Jackson. They run a power scheme, the quarterback.
I
So it's a
agree.
hat count thing. That's
hey,
why it's
hey,
killing y'all.
hey, Doc, I can tell you why one thing would like some of us will take it because we know a couple of cats that we've been in leagues with who actually go to YouTube to go look at shit, and that's
Next.
exactly what they do, and they don't win anything at all.
Yeah,
Like Chuck, Bradley, OMG do that shit. That's literally what he do in the game. He YouTube everything and he tries to find every fucking gimmick to try to get
Yeah.
over on the game, and the shit never works. So when you hear that, like if I'm Chuck and somebody told me, "Oh, you YouTube," I don't take offense to that because I'm like, I know cats who YouTube and they fucking suck.
that's valid. That's valid. And at the time, it probably could have came from a salty player. Because at the time, all I see is, man, this cat ran PA boot on me or PA crosses on me with a tight end delay fade. I'm gonna look at it kind of weird because the next day I saw it on there and I'm like, oh man, this man ran some mud on me. It is
Hey,
what it is, you
hey,
know.
I seen you adopt that delayed fade though, man.
I use it on. I've been using that, but it ain't on
Yeah,
no PA crosser play or nothing like that. It's just I need a blocker to get this route off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
We're
it's a
going. I
rhyme and
mean,
reason why I do stuff.
yeah. Either way, end of the day, I respect you as a player. Just because I say it's a gimmick offense doesn't mean that I don't respect you. I mean, every time I go into a match with you, I know there's a good chance that I might lose that matchup. I don't look at it as like some people. I look at it like easy win, whatever. I don't even like. I'll play stupid. I know when I play you, I got to bring my A game. I know that I
Yeah,
can't make no mistakes, and I know the winner of our game is going to come down to who made the most turnovers in the game, which
yeah.
I've been lucky enough not to be on that end yet. But
That's why you got to give respect. That's like Brady. Brady don't. Well, Brady kind of trash to be honest. But anyway, they say he doesn't turn the ball over and let the defense do their job, and that's what you do. You got to respect it. At the end of the
yeah,
day, I
Well,
don't
either
care
way,
what play
Brady
you
turned
run.
the ball over and still get credit for it. Ain't that a bitch?
Man, thank
yeah,
you, man. Hey, Cobra knows what's up, bro. Because I've been saying this forever. We ain't gonna get on that. That's a whole nother, bro.
Wait, are we
Anyway,
bashing on Tom Brady?
I think
Yes,
he's
yes,
I
we
What?
can't.
overrated.
are.
I'm not. I'm
He's
not.
What?
No,
overrated.
Brady turned the ball
Let's
over
get to
Where's
the
too.
next
sweets
topic
at
though,
when
because
I
I
need
want to I want to
sweets?
touch on the next topic because I know Bradley feels strongly about it. I know Doc feels strongly about it. I'm not sure how Cobra feels about it. I know how I feel about it, but religion and sports, man. If this offends you, if you're watching this and you don't really want to get into this, turn it off, turn it away. But it might get a little deep. So I want to see what how Doc feels about religion and sports. And tell us about you said you have a church Madden league as well, right?
Yeah. I guess I can kind of go into that. So 'cause this will kind of link in. So I was on the Xbox side, and I was in some pretty big leagues. As far as content wise, and you get you're looking for leagues. They saying, don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion. in the chat. And that was always, perplexing to me, when somebody's, house, something happened to their house or somebody's mama gets sick or something, then you throw prayer hands up, in the chat, and it's like, man, that's interesting. Um, so it just made me think, and I was like, I always try to put God first in what I do, and whatever I do, I try to glorify God with it. Um, and so I'm like, man, I got into content, and I was putting a lot of time into the leagues and stuff like that. I'm like, man, this need to be going somewhere else, So I wanted to start challenging that, my content, whatever I can do to trying to channel that, get guys closer to God. And so, I started my own league with that small league, chill, but that's cool. We actually have real conversations. Folks going through things, we chop it up, but um, so that's kind of where that started at, and it kind of linked into that. I just never understood how that's a major rule, right? No politics, no religion, right?
Yeah.
That was always interesting to me, and so I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm gonna just kind of take that in my own hands, because I don't feel right hiding it. I don't feel right about not talking about it. It's kind of when it's such a big part of my life. How can I hide it? At that point I'd be fake. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where that came from.
Not to cut you off real quick, but there was a time when I was really religious. We've talked a lot about it in DMs, but there was a point where Bradley hit me up when I was religious and he was religious, but it was actually towards the time where I was like falling away. And he
Yeah.
told me he wanted to start a Christian league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he remembers
Oh, really?
that.
I remember it
yeah.
was right before. It was I think a handful of months before we started MHU. Like we chatted about it a little bit, and then like a couple months later we chatted again and ended up starting MHU.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I I think it's
Another
a
thing
great
too,
idea.
but before I played in the CFM with Bradley, me and Cobra played in a little neighborhood CFF. And
Oh,
he's one
y'all
of
in
the
the same hood.
dirtiest, huh?
Y'all in the
Yeah,
same hood.
yeah.
That's what's
He's one of
up.
the dirtiest MFers. Cause he'd he'd have his homies in the league, and I'd be like, "Hey, hit them up. I want to trade for this player." Next thing I know, he's traded for that player.
Yo,
Hey,
hey,
business moves, sir. Business moves
talk to
only.
him. Talk to him, Cole.
Business moves
So
only.
that ain't sweet though. We cool. It ain't sweet.
Hey, we separate business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's how
Hey, Doc,
you
I
do
got
it.
one thing before y'all
Go for
go.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something my mom always told me. Sometimes it's okay to shut the hell up. So when somebody said don't talk sports, I mean not sports, politics, or y'all can talk about whatever y'all want. You don't have to comment on it. It's not right. It's okay to be quiet. Like when y'all was having your conversation, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was just saying it's not my conversation. So it's okay to like some of these cats don't know when to shut the hell up. Like this,
Exactly.
let people get their conversation in. You ain't gotta be in there key and everything gotta be a fucking joke. Excuse my language.
Man,
Like you ain't gotta be
yeah,
there and joke and try to be, oh, y'all still a religious house. Let them get their everybody got time to get the conversation piece in. It's all right.
yeah.
It ain't that big of a deal. 24 hours in a day.
Yo, while we on language and stuff like that, I encourage y'all to read Romans 14, and then y'all get at me with that. It talks about language, talks about this, talks about
Gossiping,
alcohol, all
gossiping.
that stuff. So read Romans 14, and then think about it, meditate on that. But Kobe, that's a very good point. I That's kind of what I do in the chat. Like I got in today, I got in between patients. I checked the phone real quick. I see Gumbo doing what Gumbo do, and I say, oh, well, I'm gonna put it down, go somewhere else. Just don't say nothing. You ain't got to judge or be opposing to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just let you do your thing, and that's all it is. Because I look at it like if you see it this kind of way, you're missing out. I feel like if you're not looking at it the way in following God, there's some things that you could be missing out. You can feel how you want to feel, but I just think that there's more for you if you kind of actually, give into that and kind of follow that way. But that's my opinion. Um, So that's kind of where I stand on that.
What about you, Brad?
Um, no, no. I'll kind of try to unpack it. We'll kind of back up to the chat. The chat, I see where you're going with it, and I feel like, and that's kind of my thought daily on it is like, if I'm taking in something, what is this doing? Just like your brain is on a diet. What is this doing for me? When I read this or when I take this in. So if it's something that I don't want to eat, if I want to go eat McDonald's versus go eating Chipotle, you got options. You can do what you want to do, but you're gonna get what you're gonna get from eating that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is with the chat. I mean, I think it's all good to do the positivity channel. It's good to have options, but you know, people gonna choose what they're gonna choose, and I think that it's great you want to do that. As far as the what you're saying, as far as like taking in different religions and stuff like that, I think that's a major issue in today's world because the devil is very aggressive because his time is up. So he tries to confuse a lot of things. So you got all these. That's why you got all these new religions popping up, all these new theories popping up. Even if it's old or ancient, it pops back up. And I feel like, and this is just my opinion, and it was more than my opinion to be honest with you. I feel like a lot of people in the agenda. I hate to say that word agenda, but a lot of people are getting pushed away from Christianity because Christianity is getting lumped into Catholicism or other religions, even Baptist church coming. I grew up in a Baptist church. All of that stuff, believing in a way, it's confused with that, man-made religions, and that's what people end up getting mad at, God, or questioning it, and as you should, because some of that stuff ain't right. Um, but it's
Something that
it's
I
just a
think
big misunderstanding.
something I think that would throw a lot of Christians through a loop is the way modern Christianity is handled is not reflective at all over scriptures. You look in scriptures and you will not see the modern church at all. You won't see anything that even looks anything remotely like it.
Right. Yeah, I think there's this conception, and I can go all day on this stuff, man. But there's just a conception that you either have this very strict God or this very strict Jesus, or you had this hippie Jesus that tolerates everything, and all of it is just kind of a different means to confuse and cause all of this uh, division, and that's kind of where we can't progress.
So
Um,
I was just gonna say, how do you guys feel that it mixes with sports? I mean, you have talked about this a little bit, but my biggest problem is I hate when athletes say, I could have not won this without God. I could have not won the championship without God. Like God's a genie, like what about the people that don't have a meal, that are starving tonight, that don't have a home? So how do you feel about the way he's portrayed like that?
you want it, Brad?
Um, I think so. This is a topic that like runs deep, right? This is some deep stuff. Like I could get really really deep on this. And like I could also get like really personal. And I think for the most part, I'm going to dodge this question because like there's like inner struggles, right? Um, but I would say that we've made God into something he's not. Um, and I would also say, like, people sit back and are like, why did God do this? Why didn't God do that? Why there's this injustice over here? Why isn't God doing anything about that? He has done something about it. He's commissioned his people to address those needs, and they sit back and they play patty cake on Sundays, and that's about it. They think their religious service is like what God has called them to do, when reality, like you look at scriptures, it is very missional oriented. And I think most houses that claim to be a house of God have completely abandoned the actual call that God gave them in scripture.
Yeah. Bradley, yeah, I know that's a lot. I know you said you can go deep, and I feel you on that, because you can get deep on that. But to get back on Chuck's question, um, as far as like when God, I actually did one of the podcasts on that. Like I said earlier, we should be glorifying God with, everything that you do. So some athletes, that's their attempt to do that. Um, some athletes who have it, somewhat correct, don't really care about the outcome of the game. It's more so, even if it's an injury, um, you can use that to glorify God, such as Carson Wentz. When Carson Wentz got hurt, he took that press conference. He could have talked about how he missed out on the opportunity and blah blah blah, but he used that opportunity to talk about God. And I thought that whether it's good or bad, that's kind of what it needs to be. And you can kind of tell whether it's genuine or not. Where somebody says, "Oh man, we won this game because this guy wanted us to win. We got to thank God for this game." I don't think that that's, whether it's intentional or not. I don't think that that's productive to what you're
Intent.
trying to, you
Yeah.
know. But I get it
Yeah, I
though.
just
It's
I
not
just don't think he's a football fan. I don't think he's a UFC
right.
fan. That's my only thing. But
Or gladiators back in the day, whenever they was fighting in,
yeah, but
Because it's
but
all it's all like cliche at this point. They just say it because that's what they feel like they're supposed to.
thank you,
yeah,
Like you
thank
I
get
you.
on,
agree.
they give them a mic. Oh, I want to thank God for putting me here. Blah 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 blah. Like so, the losing team don't thank God.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
It's only the
And
team that won. So we only care about the team who won.
Yeah.
saying
Another
that because
excellent point.
that's what that's what you've been taught. Like that's what people want to hear. It's just like when they ask, "Who's your favorite rapper?" What the first two people they gonna name? Oh, well, Tupac and Biggie. You just saying that because if you don't say it, you think somebody's gonna look at you a certain way.
Shit, I
Yeah.
never said that. I actually think they kind of overrated too.
Yeah, but
But
you know, but Doc, we're all around the same age group. But you know what I mean. People just say just
oh
because
There's
they
yeah,
feel
only
that's what they're
one
supposed
rapper
to
I
say.
listen to, guys. There's only one rapper I listen to. He's the
It's
goat.
like you see
But
some
yeah,
certain athletes, they talk about religion anyway, regardless when, like when Kurt Warner used to play. He could care less about if the Rams or the Cardinals won. He was going to talk about Jesus regardless. Same
right,
thing with
Yeah.
David Robinson,
right.
Avery
Brian
Johnson.
Dawkins.
That's it. Yeah, Reggie White. That's what they did anyway.
the
Brian Dawkins was
great
heavy
Tim
on that.
Tebow.
Yeah,
Chris Carter was heavy on that after he got clean from being drunk and all that and got his stuff together. He was like that regardless.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then you got other cats who are like, oh, I like to thank God. I'm like, but you never really like what that got to do with what you're doing right now?
Yep.
You're supposed
Yep.
to do that anyway.
Cobra with another great point. And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of us as human beings. We want something real. So if you see something fake like that, you actually doing more harm than what you're trying to do because you're being lukewarm. You're being you're not genuine with it. So and we can tell the difference. If somebody
Mm-hmm.
thanks God, like Lil Wayne, when Lil Wayne thanks God for getting a Grammy,
Yeah.
I'm not. You can't do that and then go talk about what you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
on the funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
James Harden did that once. He did an interview and he was like, oh, I like to thank my Lord and Savior. I'm like, dude, you were just at the strip club in Houston like 2 days before that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, you can't judge somebody, but it's definitely okay to have discernment between real and fake. And I don't fault anybody if I'm a non-believer and I see that, and I'm like, man, that's kind of weak.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I get it. I get it.
I will say, as a person that was a believer, non-believer, I respect your faith, and I respect the fact, like you said, if you see something in chat and you don't like it, you're just like, all right, I'm out. You don't get involved in
That
all the
was
Yeah,
politics
wild.
of it.
Doc don't comment on stuff. If he don't want to comment, he ain't gonna comment it. But certain people feel the need, like you have to comment on
Yeah.
it. No, it's okay to be quiet. Like
Yeah.
I want to say something because like it low key pissed me off. What was I think it was 2 weeks, about a week and a half ago. Chevy
Mhm.
has some personal stuff going. First thing in the chat, everybody trying to be funny. Oh, he a quitter. First of all, you don't know what the hell you talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I can't. I gotta go.
Everybody trying
Yeah.
to be funny. Oh, you a quitter now. We love you. Like, dude, how about you shut the hell up? You don't know what's going on. It's like it's okay to be quiet. Like you ain't got to comment on everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's what's wrong with social media, and people underrate Discord. But Discord is basically a social media outlet. But
Makes it
everybody wants
easy.
validation and likes, yeah, laughs,
I
LOLs.
think I think Microsoft didn't. Did you guys see the article about Microsoft attempting to buy Discord for $1 billion, but Discord said no?
No, I
Which
didn't
means
see
they're
that.
probably trying to get more money from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. All it is in the palm of your hand, man. Discord is in the palm of your hand. It's easy access. You can do something real funny. I'm having a bad day. Let me crack a couple jokes, you know, and boo boo on somebody's situation. Regardless, I think that's a big problem with social media. Period. These days. Uh, but now you hit it on the head, Cobra.
Yeah. He did. I'll touch on the channel that Bradley wants to create. Do I think it's a good idea? Do I like the idea? Yes, in theory. Do I think it'll work out? No, because I'm not against it either. Like I told him, I said go for it, and I've talked to you about
Yeah,
this in DMs as well. But
yeah,
I look at it just as like when in the Christian Bible, how it says, when God created this earth, it was supposed to be perfect, right, without sin. And if you're creating this place in a server with people that are corrupted, or perverted or whatever you want to call it, it's I see people doing the same stuff they're doing in normal chat in that chat, or not doing nothing at all.
Jimbo,
So
if that chat gets made, Jimbo's going to come in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, and that's been the challenge, man, because even the Bible it says you're gonna be hated, if you're doing everything in that way. You can expect some pushback. So that's part of it. And so like kind of like what Chuck's saying, he's supporting it, he encouraged you to do it. I think you should still try it, but you don't be upset if it don't work
Oh
out,
yeah, definitely.
Or
But
you
I
can just
I
give
strike out
access to certain
more than we
people,
get hits. Strike out more than
or
we
you can
get
give
hits.
access to certain people
Yeah.
and just keep it moving.
I'm telling you, because that's the thing with my
true.
league. I probably
That's
got
it.
like I don't have that many people in my league. I don't want a 32 full league. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you right now, I've touched. I've had conversations with guys, and helped more guys out in that aspect. Probably more than some people would have done if they just went to church. And that's not no brag on me. I'm just saying I'm letting God use me in that way, and I'm able to have real conversations that you wouldn't have in church. Um, I
Yeah,
really
for
think that's
sure.
what it's supposed to be about anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it gives you another way to connect. To beat them in Madden and talk to them about God at the same time, right?
it's just a different. It's just a different
Yeah,
way, bro. It's the same. It's
yeah,
the same way, like how guys go back and forth. If they cracking on each other. Um, it's a form of building that relationship because you're being
hmm
vulnerable. I'm cracking, you cracking back. We can do that. Now we bros. It's the same concept, but a different method of doing it without negativity. Especially these days, guys will take something and they be really thinking about it and be like, I kind of wanna end this. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about getting real deep with that, like I don't play with like words.
yeah,
Um, so it's just a different method, and I think that it's been working out. And so, Bradley, I encourage you to do it. You know, you just see what you get out of it, man. You'll be surprised.
or just join Docs League if he'll let you, man. But
Bradley hit me up.
Bradley's good
I'm
people.
already I'm already in the server. I need to be more
You are.
active in it though. Yeah, I
That's
think I was
cool.
active a little bit when it first started, but I've been totally MIA with it.
But nah, man, I love it though. I love being in like even elite, man, bro. This league is legit. Like the activity and the camaraderie that you guys have, bro. You can't find it. Cause I'm telling you, from somebody that's been looking for PS5 leagues, it's hard to find. Um, and it just works in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got
Yeah,
different things that fit for them. It works in a different way. You got guys clawing to get in here, bro. If I drop my team tomorrow, y'all gonna have 3, 5 dudes, trying to get that team,
yeah,
and that's dope. So
yeah. I've
everybody just
never
got
seen
different
anything
avenues.
like it.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's a credit to this man doing content, putting a face behind the avatar. So
yeah.
as long as we can keep it going, man, I'm glad we were able to get you on the show. See your face, see a different side of you, and like Cobra said, it comes out different on the server than when you say it in face to face. But I'd say
Yeah.
for the most part, everybody respects you. In this league, they have to respect you. Because for the most part, like I said, if you ain't feeling it, you don't take part in it.
I would honestly
Yeah.
say, Doc, you're probably one of the most respected guys in the league, and
I just want more Doc trash talk. That's
yeah,
all. I want more
Yeah, but
Doc
but that
trash
that
talk.
goes that goes against Romans too, man.
I
bro,
want Doc
bro,
words. Yeah, when we
it's
talking about
but
tough,
the
bro.
legit, I
like
think
we
the
talking about a
guys
video game. It's not like he's
Yeah,
personally talk trash
well,
I
talking me.
I
yeah,
I
but
legit think the guys that get the most heat are the most respected. Example, probably someone that everyone knows I've been on record and have probably bashed more than I've bashed anybody is Zell. I think Zell, like the truth is, I think Zell's probably the number one owner that we've had in the league. So like I've bashed a crap on Zell, but I have the utmost respect for Zell. And you look at the guys that are usually my targets, who are usually like my consistent targets: Zell, Beeman. OC's been getting a lot of hate lately. Do you see a trend there?
Jeff.
Jeff. Oh, Jeff is a different cat. Jeff doesn't count. Jeff is a different cat. Um, I might need to repent for my
Jeff,
hate on Jeff. I
Jeff
don't really
straight,
hate
man.
Jeff. I think he joined my Latino world order. So the Latino world order is growing, Chuck. I'm gonna buy actual Latino world order shirts and wear them on streams.
Hey,
Sounds good, man.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say this for y'all wrap up though, because just to summarize, like this is a very very competitive league. I think there was too many tiers with that thing. A lot of them cats can beat anybody. And as far as my game, I'm definitely cool with the Madden talk. Like, there's been talks about I got a vanilla defense that's definitely falls some top 10 every single year in defense. I don't choose to pass. I can definitely pass. I don't choose to pass because I had a Tennessee Titans. If you think if Mike Vrabel come out there trying to pass it with Derrick Henry back there, you think he's still gonna have a job? So and it's all about the base of the team. So like I've been in plenty of other teams and I can pass, but I'm definitely I'm trying to prove that though. I just don't talk a lot. I like to prove it on the field, which is why I told Brett, week 8 we're gonna see. You said I can't pass. I had better passing stats than Brett that game, and that's just facts. So I don't do a lot of talk, but I'm definitely I'm all right to debate anybody about Madden or football, whatever the case may be. I'm just gonna come with stats and facts about it. That's all that is.
So as we like reel this in and we begin wrapping this up, right? I do have a question, kind of piggybacking off that, Doc, and just a yes or no answer will do, and we can kind of like leave it on that cliffhanger, right? You're talking about how you went into that game. You're like, I'm going to prove that I can pass, right? You go in and you're talking about how you had better passing stats than Bread did in that game. Do you think you played Bread different than what you normally play, or do you think you played your normal game?
Absolutely, I played Brett different. His team, you have to. I don't know if everybody else do this,
Hey,
but I
hey,
look at
hey, hey,
rosters.
hey, hey, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no.
Man, I don't operate on yes or no's. Well, yes, I came in different that game, obviously, because it's football. You're supposed to come in each game different, unless you running, Madden plays like what Cobra was talking about. Other than that, yeah, I mean, his team is nasty. You got to
Yeah.
come with a different
Mm-hmm.
approach playing bread team.
I think every
GM
time
skill is tier
I've
one.
played Bread, I've gone in with, okay, I'm gonna try this and do this and see if it works, and I usually throw completely off the wall crap at him, and it usually works for about a quarter or two, and then he catches on, and I don't change what I do, and then he comes back and kills me.
Yeah, and that's been my challenge with Chuck too. It's been taking seasons to figure it out, but I've been playing with different ways to kind of beat him. And that's just is what it is. If Chuck is in my way to get into the Super Bowl, I'm trying different stuff. I'm not gonna keep trying the same stuff to play him.
Yeah,
That's the game, you know.
I've been watching you. You switched up your offense a little bit this year, man. So it'll be
Hey,
fun when we play.
yeah. And as far as my last thing, as far as like the cap space stuff and the accounting stuff, I didn't see anywhere in the rules. You feel me? I didn't see anywhere in the rules where you got to be in the positive. So I'm making off-season move. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to build this team. We about to be nasty out here. And week 1, Brad dropped the announcement. You got to be in the positive. I said, oh snap! Every move I made, I need to undo it. So by week 1, so I ended up sending a lot of folks to Canoe. But man, I probably had the nastiest team set up, bro. But then you got that on top of Madden picking and choosing who they want to injure every week. They
Who,
take my
buddy?
best
Who you
players.
telling? Who you
Can we not
telling?
hurt this 75 overall guy over here? No, you want to take out Clowney. You want to take out Simmons. You want to take out Hurts for 10 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
But it's fun though. It's challenging.
yeah, for sure. It makes you think. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm I'm good. You
Yes,
Cobra?
sir, man.
Just let me know when we
Appreciate
go
y'all both.
offline.
I think we're off.
Say what? Say what? What
No,
was
just
that?
let me know when we go offline so I can talk to Doc.
All right. Everyone who checked things out, thank you. Appreciate it. Peace.
Yes, sir. Bless up.